is gender specific and controversial in that you're referring to them as a boy. Which
so butt pussy is the...
Butt pussy is universal. Your other bussy is a tag team.
No, I was actually asking about the tag team.
No, I know, but everybody has a bussy. So your other bussy is a tag team.
Oh, I see.
Bussy's universal.
So I have...
At the time she
on
was
my
a cat,
body a butt pussy.
You have a bussy.
But I'm a boy.
But you're a man.
So I have a boy butt pussy. I have a double B pussy.
Yeah, a babussy.
A
babussy.
bussy.
Yeah.
This is going to...
You're going to have fun with me,
probably
I
get us both fired.
No. Listen, I'm a PR guy. I have a PR degree. I ride the line, but I never go over it.
Oh, well, I go over the line all the time.
All right, well, let's see what the line is.
Wrestling. We talked to everybody in the world of wrestling today. Effie.
Yes.
Effie.
I am one of them.
How the fuck are you?
I am, I've been colder, but I'm pretty cold, honestly. I left Atlanta and it was snowing, and now I'm here in New York.
So, you're wearing a t-shirt.
Right.
You probably could have worn a jacket.
Well, I had one on. It was green. We're green screen, so I can't disappear.
I thought you would research the show and know that we did the green screen.
How could I know? I think everything is real. I saw Aliens, the second one.
Yeah.
I thought that was real.
But Aliens, the second one, wasn't any good.
No, the second one was great.
Was the second one good?
The third one was terrible.
Oh.
But then there was the one with Winona Ryder.
When did Sigourney Weaver fall off?
I think she made enough. It's kind of like wrestling. Either you're good enough at acting, you do a few big films and get out of there, or you're a mid-card actor and you have to go back and like agent and teach new people.
But some people keep coming back. Like Kevin Costner came back. He went away for a while, and then he came back, started doing Yellowstone.
Because he was playing in like a groove band. And that's, I mean, if you're Kevin Costner, you're the star of Dancing with Wolves, you've been in a lot of films.
Well, it's not Dancing with Wolves, it's Dances with Wolves.
Well,
Dancing with Wolves would have been a funny show, too.
Either way, have you ever played in a band with a bunch of dudes?
No.
I like wrestling because I'm a solo act. I don't like to wait for my drummer. I don't like to worry about my bass player taking too many Xanax before the set. It's me, and it's only me. I bet Costner got tired of playing these road shows with these dudes and said, I gotta get some real money.
I think Xanax is a downer, though. Would you play that before a set?
Yeah. I mean, those guys you feel the audience. You got 10,000 people screaming. You know, you're playing a guitar. You got to cool that thing.
Last time I took Xanax, I took 2 Xanax and flew home from New York. I was nervous to get on the flight. I flew home to Birmingham, and I was going to drive home to Mississippi because we don't have airports there. And I took 2, and it gave me a headache. It gave me such a headache that I had to stop in the middle of Alabama, in Anniston, Alabama, on the interstate. And I went to the Holiday Inn and said, I've got such a headache, I've got to stop here. She said, Can't, no rooms. She said, we got a bass fishing tournament in town, and I went in the parking lot and threw up and passed out for 3 hours.
This is, these don't sound like the fun road trips. I'm a road trip guy, but this sounds like a pretty rough.
I'm actually going to ask you a road trip question.
Yeah, well, we'll get into it.
So, Effie.
Hi.
What's going on with you?
Well, recently I have put my flag too high, so to speak, and I can't stop getting these dudes who used to work for Vince to try to fight me.
Yes.
It's annoying.
So when you say these dudes that used to work for Vince, you're talking about Russo or McMahon?
McMahon. Nobody worked for Russo. They just dealt with him as long as they could and then got out of there. You know what I mean?
So McMahon.
McMahon.
Okay. Senior or junior?
Well, not a lot of guys working for Senior are still alive, are they?
Well, some.
I've worked some old dudes. The oldest guy I've ever worked is 72 years old.
Ricky Martin.
No, Ricky's younger than this guy. This was the Golden Boy Chick Donovan. Ricky's way faster than old Golden Boy, but he still comes out there.
Chick Donovan.
Chick Donovan.
That's a good name.
Georgia, Alabama legend.
You know, I grew up watching Continental Wrestling, which was in Alabama and Georgia.
With the Fullers?
The Fullers, yes.
I used to work shows for the Fullers.
Really?
The first time I ever met Tracy Smothers was with the Fullers.
I remember watching Tracy Smothers and the Armstrongs and all them boys.
We were so nervous back there, and he was doing tricep dips on a chair, and like, this is older Tracy.
Who was? Tracy Smothers?
Tracy Smothers.
Huh.
And the chair just snaps. Can I cuss on this a little?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'd be mad if you didn't.
The chair just snaps under him, and he falls to the floor, and there's this moment of silence, and he grabs the chair, but he goes, "Chair's a bitch," and he just throws it at the wall and walks away, and that's the first time I ever met Tracy Smothers. Yeah.
Bitch was the cuss word you were worried about saying?
Well,
bitch?
It's, you never know. I don't know. They say it on WWE.
You're on a tag team called Bussy.
I was basically going to open the door so that I wasn't going to worry anymore about
so
what
you're
I said.
easing down the cussing road.
Yeah, we're
okay,
easing
well,
down the road.
Can I just stop you right
there?
Bitch, pussy, fuck, shit, goddamn. You can say all of it.
You know what's crazy? There's a word that isn't a cuss word, but people really don't like it, and it's gunt with a G. Gunt.
Well, that's not a word at all.
Well, it's the
it
opposite
rhymes
of a
with
gun.
A cuss word.
A gun does, and a gunt doesn't. It's like a gun that doesn't.
Oh, I see. So if I tried to fire,
there's an apostrophe.
If I tried to fire something, fire a gun, and if it didn't fire, it's a gunt.
It's a gunt. I got to pay off for the Tracy story though. Later in his career, the last show I was ever on with him.
Sure.
he dropped a lot of gay slurs in his promo. Now, this is kind of typical for Tracy. It's not excusable, but the man in the Confederate flag onesie is probably not who we need to be worried about.
You're going to get what you're going to get.
Yeah. Well, he said it, and I said, I'm going to go fuck with him. And I went up and I said, what the fuck, Tracy? I said, what was that shit? What was that promo you cut? He goes, baby, oh, man, oh, God, calm down. And I said, no, Tracy, if you're going to do all that shit and get that heat, at least let me come kick your ass after and we make some money. And then we started texting each other after that. We were going to work down the line, but it didn't work out. He got sick. We missed Tracy Smothers. What a one of a kind individual.
We do miss Tracy Smothers.
Yeah.
He was a great fucking wrestler. Is your mouth okay?
No, it's not okay at all. I am fine personally. As many Effie fans know, Effie is fine. But I fought Dalton Castle, former Ring of Honor World Champion, Saturday night.
Sure.
A lot of wrestlers are smaller than they used to be, right? Not Dalton Castle. He's very strong, very big. I tried to maybe help him with a German suplex a little. I bit through my tongue. It's not great. I can't talk. It's a little swollen. If I showed you, you'd be really grossed out.
Show. Oh, God. So.
I'll be at Hammerstein Ballroom here in New York City on Sunday.
Everything you're having to say has an S in it.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Do you know where I'm from?
You said Mississippi, right?
Yeah, say it again.
Yeah, Mississippi.
You know what my favorite thing to have for lunch is?
What is that?
A salami sandwich.
Salami sandwich.
A salami sandwich.
Yeah, that's
with
this,
salt.
This works out. I'm coming on here to talk to you about wrestling, outlaw wrestling. I've got a tattoo on my foot to prove it. I'm a big Dusty guy. You can't see the tattoo right now. I got Dusty tattooed on my foot, so it's good that I have my little Dusty going.
That is good, if you will. Yeah. Do you have a good Dusty impression when your tongue is okay?
This American dream, baby.
So no?
You gotta keep it low. You gotta keep it low. Everybody does it Dusty too big.
They do it too big. I agree with that.
That's it. We're backstage saying, listen, baby, if you just hold it, just go slow. The angle's gonna work, baby. Gotta listen.
You know what? You're right. You know what I think about Dusty Rhodes impressions?
Yeah.
I think people are doing impressions of other people doing Dusty Rhodes impressions.
Yeah, of course.
That's what, it's like when Will Ferrell was on Saturday Night Live, he wasn't doing Harry Carey, and people don't do Harry Carey impressions. They do impressions of Will Ferrell doing Harry Carey. It's ridiculous. It's probably too old for you. I apologize.
No, I do know it, and I was going to tell you, I went and saw Chris Kattan do stand-up.
Why?
Turns out it's just Chris Kattan doing SNL bits for 50 minutes drunk.
Like Corky Romano?
He goes, you remember Mango? You remember Mango?
Mango,
You remember that?
right,
You remember
yeah.
that? And then he did Mango for 20 minutes. I recommend it. It was a disaster, but it was fun.
I think Chris Kattan was a top 650 SNL character or actor.
He was, you know...
Who's your favorite SNL actor?
Dana Carvey. That's the guy. Come on.
Man, you might be buddies.
I know.
Dana Carvey 1, Phil Hartman 2.
Phil Hartman 2?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Then I go Will Ferrell 3. Actually, let me take that back. Eddie Murphy's way at the top 2. But that's a little before my time. Anyway, I had the tape when I used to skip school. I had the best of Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You hurt your mouth?
I heard it pretty bad. But that's like...
You still got issue with Dalton Castle, or y'all
No. We worked it out. We hugged. I stuck my face down his trunks. He does a move called the bang ring. He swings you around. And everybody said, you're trying to eat his ass. You're trying to eat... I said, no. I'm trying to stop the gravitational pull. So I did, in the end, with blood coming out of my mouth. I did stick my hand down his trunks. We're good. We're close now. I hold no grudges. I do hold a grudge against the guy who beat up my tag partner, but we can get to that. I don't want to rush you.
So, Allie.
Yeah.
She was coming today, but there's weather across the world here.
This was supposed to be a Bussy interview. My tag partner, Allie Catch, did not make it. I'm here. Even with my tongue ripped, I made it. I'm here.
But you're not saying... she tried to make it.
Oh, yeah. The snow's up to the windows of the car.
So, Bussy's been torn apart.
It happens. And we have to be apart. We're in singles matches now coming up Sunday.
That's
but
true.
Last Friday, we did get a win in Detroit over Ricky Morton and Too Cold Scorpio.
You know how I know you're probably from around the same area I'm from?
Yeah.
You don't say Detroit, you say Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit. All right, here's the test of your actual accent, okay? What's the month between June and August?
July?
July. Yes. I say July. These fucking Yankees up here. What'd you say? July? No.
July.
It's not,
There's a U in there now
it's
for
not,
a reason.
It's not July. It's July. That's the
July.
name of the month.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm deep Southern. Yeah. I've never left the South, and part of it, like as I started to therapy myself, I think I kind of like the spirit of everyone's sort of going to be against you anyway if you're a little too rowdy. So you have to constantly keep up a fuck you shield when you live in the South, and it keeps you on your toes. People are like, you're quick. And I'm like, it's because I'm in the South. They're always trying us. They're fucking on us. Let's clear it.
This man is preaching. This man is fucking preaching. That is, everything he just said was true. I'm not even in character right now. He fucking preached just now. Okay, all right. So, this Sunday,
Yes.
January 23rd,
Yes.
GCW, Hammerstein Ballroom, which is about 4 blocks away. Do you know how close you
Really
are to
close.
it?
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
close to it.
It's extreme.
It's like four or 5 blocks away. We're going to be there, but you're going to be wrestling the guy who just broke a guitar on Allie's head.
That's correct.
First of all, why did he do that? That's an asshole thing to do.
Here's the thing. He hasn't said why at all yet because I think everyone already knows why. You're talking about Jeff Jarrett. Let's go through the line. The man has made his career off of going, who's a little more talented, a little more over, a little more in. Let me insert myself. Let me get my power. Is that what you're doing?
That's my career.
Well, I mean, it works. That's the problem.
Okay, good.
But I'm at a place now where I just beat Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder. I've beat Ricky Morton. I have a victory now in tag teams over Too Cold Scorpio. I'm going against someone in Jeff Jarrett who I think he thinks you can just hop in here. This is the little leagues. It's getting a little steam. I don't have rules. I don't have leashes. I don't have anyone telling me what to do. You know, people get stabbed in matches all the time. There's violence in these matches all the time. And I think Jeff Jarrett's coming from a place of, just like Impact, just like Global Force, just like WWF, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get my money, I'm going to get my shine. This Effie's a little hot right now. Yeah. Let me go in with him. I'm not falling for it, and I didn't want to fall for it. But when you come from a girl, Allie, I got to come fuck you up.
I mean, he hit her right in the top of the head with the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And then drug her around a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little much.
Part. Did the same thing to me. That's where your neck is really like, and he's not careful. This isn't a careful guy.
No. And what was he wearing? Did you see what he was wearing?
I didn't get to see much, but I saw the pictures and video after. So.
He looked like if the Undertaker moved to Tennessee and became a sheriff. Like, it was not a great outfit.
It is at least better than the ribbon thing he was wearing. It's a little better than the Backstreet Boys glasses. It is odd to look and see this man in front of you that has done this many things, but the funniest part about this is a lot of the people in my world don't necessarily watch wrestling, but I want to let them know that I'm doing important things like kicking Jeff Jarrett's ass in Hammerstein. And I have to say, have you heard of Jeff Jarrett from WCW, from NWA, from you? And then you just say, do you remember that shitty youth pastor from Spring Breakers? And they go, oh yeah. And they go, that guy's fucking with me. And they go, why? Because, the bookings dry up.
You mentioned Spring Break and youth pastors. It sent me back to a difficult memory in 1993.
Listen, I've got plenty. I grew up in that church, baby.
I thought it was a Twix. Anyway, what? What happened?
Well, I was going to tell you both of my grandfathers were pastors, and I kind of bring some of that preacher energy into this.
Do you?
But also, I make it really gay. You know?
So you're a preacher, just
Yeah.
an exceptionally gay preacher.
Yeah. I like to say I'm a preacher who pulled the mumbo jumbo out of it and started saying the fun stuff. Kind of like if the devil was a preacher.
Just left the jumbo.
Yeah, drink it, smoke it, fuck it, let's go.
Is that your motto?
Not my motto, but it's the motto you want to put out to people of live yourself and live your fantasies and live your life. And if you're weird or different or queer or odd, there's space for you and we can do that.
So I'm a 42-year-old Mississippian, so I am a model of progressiveness and open-mindedness.
I love it. The most progressive.
That wasn't really a question. I was just saying that out loud.
I'm honored to be next to you.
It's nice to be next to you.
I think
your tongue okay?
No, we're going to...
Little flakes of blood coming up every now and then?
Yeah, we'll live. Hopefully.
If you died from a tongue incident, that would be the gayest thing you could ever do.
And also this would be the real... All I do is run my mouth. I only get booked because I run my mouth. I do 4 moves. I run my mouth. If I don't have my mouth, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to learn sign language and all that. That's a lot to take on.
You feuded with Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. You and Allie feuded with...
we did.
And they've... I wouldn't say they're friends of the podcast. Matt's been on the podcast. Chelsea was a friend of the podcast before she married Matt.
Yeah.
Those two are the fucking worst.
Have you seen Shazam?
Yeah, many times.
That's who he is. He's an 11-year-old with a man body, and it's so fucking weird.
You're thinking about Big.
Either way, dude. But in Shazam, he gets powers and he gets buff and stuff.
He does.
But it's like you go talk to him, you're like, oh, you must not be this obnoxious all the time. And he's like, do you know about action figures? And you're like, I don't know about action figures. And then there's nothing else to talk about.
That's it.
Yeah, but he gets really flustered, which is why I made the mistake of messing with him in the first place, right? I shouldn't have caused all the issues. I did break the longest running in history, longer than Bruno Sammartino's belt reign when I beat him for the Internet
Championship.
Yeah.
So you're a former internet champion now?
I'm a former internet champion. He did use his wife in a Manser jacket to come try to take my nuts off.
Well,
and then he got a grab too.
That was a hell of a sentence right there.
When I started in the South, I would sometimes with these real kind of shitty people in the crowd, I'd say, at least you and your wife both have something to jerk off to now. And I felt like that was kind of the energy with the Cardonas, was like,
yes, okay.
They were both so fascinated with me just because they both had something finally to talk about other than like, your skin's so shiny, it's like the polymer of the old Hasbro figures. Like, that doesn't turn a woman on. I'm gay and I know that.
Well, it might turn Chelsea Green on. You don't know that.
She was reaching.
Boy, oh boy. Okay. Where am I at?
I don't know. We should talk about GCW a little.
That's where I was. Yes, thank you. That's number 6, GCW. So GCW is kind of popping right now.
Yeah.
GCW is fucking popping.
It's popping.
And you guys were just in Detroit.
Detroit, Michigan.
Before that, you were in Chicago, I think.
We were in Chicago the next night. I didn't make that one, but
Yeah.
I mean, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles.
And now you're going to be in Manhattan.
In Manhattan.
For a show that's been sold out pretty much since the second it went on sale.
Yeah, I see some of the controversy now, and they're saying, why do you need Jeff Jarrett and Matt Cardona, these people on the show? The show sold out with a 2-minute video clip of most of the regulars. And I know, there's some people featured in that don't have anything announced yet, but, magic's in the air. I think there's magic around. We did that sellout without the rest of these matches announced, and it's nice to have a Jon Moxley. It's, contrary to what people would think, it's nice to have the Briscoes around, they're changed men. Right. But there is still the idea of, well, as soon as we get hot, y'all want to come jump on board.
Right.
We've got to maintain the energy that kept us and got us to this level, which is we don't give a fuck.
Right.
We do give a fuck about very certain things.
We
don't give a fuck what you think wrestling
about
is.
what we give a fuck about.
But we give a fuck about the wrestling we put out. And with our fans, we are accessible. We listen to them. We're an adaptable company. We're a company that goes out on a limb. And when you come to our show, you're not going to get the exact same outfits, the exact same look, the exact same match over and over and over. You're going to get lucha and high-flying stuff and deathmatch and Effy, whatever the fuck I'm doing.
Right.
You're going to get such a broad range that, like, anybody who's never been to wrestling is going to find something in there that's cool, and I think that's what they like.
So what the fuck are you doing? If I am coming off the street, I've never seen an Effie match. What am I expecting from the time you walk out the curtain till you go out, you wrestle your match, and you go back to what the fuck is Effie about?
Well, I like to tell people that Effie matches are usually their favorite because the opponent is not necessarily fighting an opponent. Effie is a psychological torture device that is used on them, and that makes it fun for people.
You are a psychological torture device.
Yes.
I feel fine psychologically. You haven't done anything to me.
Already, but we're not feuding. We don't have a problem together. I want to find the things about you that you don't even know that you don't like or that you don't even know you don't need, and I want to pull it out of you. I want to make you face something where you think, I'm not taking it seriously the whole time. I'm not doing anything that's supposed to be what's happening in a ring, and I'm taking you on a journey where you might have to do some things you didn't think you could do, and even if you beat me, I still win because I took you into my little fucking magic dungeon and I made you deal with me.
I thought we were just talking about wrestling matches.
It's all wrestling matches.
In life.
Everything.
Kind of like a metaphor, yeah.
Yeah.
Like this interview is a wrestling match.
Of course. There's like, since I walked in New York off the train, there's been like 45 different kayfabes that I've interacted with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a whole nother world you have to get ready for.
People recognize you getting off the train here? You had all kind of masks on.
I was pretty covered up, but I will say when, I think AEW WWE was doing a show here when we were at Melrose.
Right.
I did get stopped a little in Times Square. I was like, this is pretty sick. The only other time I got stopped, I shared a flight with Shinsuke Nakamura where I was doing what's called eating the crumbs. Where like WWE goes for a pay-per-view. Well, there's a lot of shit running. Let me go get the crumbs.
Right, yeah.
We're on the same flight. We get off. 50 people asked us to take pictures with them. 49 were for him, and 1 was for me. But that guy made my whole freaking world. But Nakamura did teach me a trick. He would hold 2 coffees.
Yeah.
And people would say, please, sign this. And he goes, I have too many coffees.
Can I just say something out loud right now? I don't think that's a trick.
Oh, that's a good trick.
I think that's just, maybe he just wanted 2 coffees.
Every time you get off the plane, there's people asking you to sign 100 pictures. After a while, your hands are full. Your hands are full, and they're all scalpers. It's not like the little fans
not
are like,
kids,
I wanted to meet Shinsuke.
Right.
This is like, I went to this will make sense. I went to this nightlife party in LA, right? I don't usually do these things. I'm walking around. the women are 10s, the men are rich, they look horrible, but they're wearing nice suits. And then there's these goblins who are just the paparazzi taking the camera pictures, right?
Assholes, yeah.
And I asked the promoter, I said, how do you have those dudes in here around these people? And he goes, oh, you don't ever see them, and the people know that they're there just to make them look good, so they just ignore it. They're like these, it's like being back in the jester's court, and you've got weirdos walking around, and you're like, don't look at them, they're just like a weird staff thing or something. When you think about, where was I going with this?
I have no fucking idea.
Where was I going with this? We're talking about the weirdo people? Oh, the people at the airports. It's like they're going straight to eBay. They're going to put 400 pictures that you signed up. None of your fans are going to get it, and you see not $1 of that money.
And they're going to juice the price.
My hands are full. Now, let's get back to GCW, because here's what's crazy.
Is that a problem for you?
I came into GCW because Joey Janela pays attention. The GCW people are always looking, right?
So I wanted to ask about GCW because you said something before that I wanted to go back to.
Okay.
You said in GCW, we don't give a fuck what you think about the wrestling we make.
Right.
We just give a fuck about the wrestling we make.
Right.
So what's the wrestling you make?
Well, the wrestling we make is sometimes a little too violent for people.
Right.
It's a little too gay for people. I've often referred to it as we're the HBO Max of wrestling. Like
I love HBO Max.
Exactly.
Saved by the Bell.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
And we're in this modern era where wrestling is trying to imitate wrestling. Like, oh, let's do the same thing we did over and over. Wrestling is supposedly an imitation of a fight, is what I've heard.
Right.
But a lot of the television wrestling is an imitation of wrestling. It's the same guys from the 90s writing it. It's the same dudes doing it over and over.
It's a perpetual cycle.
It's a perpetual cycle, and sometimes you lose sight of the bigger picture when you're in this bubble because you go, I'm competing with wrestling. We are not competing with wrestling anymore. We are competing with scarcity of time. So if you've got a bong at your house, you've got a dog at your house, a full fridge, beers, food, snacks, it's cold.
Why did you point at me when you said full fridge?
I'm just guessing you make pretty good money. This is a nice building.
Okay, well that was a good
How do
save.
I convince you to leave your house? How do I make you give enough of a fuck to leave your house? And you're going, that doesn't sound that crazy. It's crazy. We're competing with all of that. And if we can give you something that is beyond what you expected from pro wrestling, whether it be in the story, in the violence, in the outlandishness of it, in the not safe for workness of it, that version is going to pull more people in that are feeling authenticity versus, well, yeah, this is pretty decent wrestling. We used to watch Eddie Guerrero. It looks like it used to look. SmackDown looks the same like it used to look.
So
there's a difference in that.
You're evolving past the old comfortable jacket that we put on when we're wearing wrestling.
Yeah.
We put on the old comfortable jacket, and you're giving us something that we're gonna need. We don't know we need it yet.
You don't know you need it yet.
But we need it.
But you need it.
Because you're taking us where we need to go.
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
It makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah. I'm now intrigued about this
intrigued
January
too.
23rd show.
I've been
I didn't
intrigued
know if
the
I was
whole
leaving
time.
my house. I got tickets for these two fat asses, but I didn't know if I was coming. I'm probably going to come now.
I'm excited. My boyfriend's coming. He doesn't usually come to shows, but, well, he came earlier, but I'm here now. He doesn't really care about wrestling, but he loves coming to these shows. But I had to warn him because the last time I let him come to a show, he just screamed my name for 4 hours and got a little tipsy. And so all of the footage, they filmed 4 television episodes at this taping. All of the footage just has him in the background going, Effie! Effie! So I'm hoping there's enough people there to drown him out. But I told him to just be, this is a show you can be loud at.
You can scream Effie here.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. What's the feud? Well, no. That's going to be last. I'm going to do that last.
Okay.
Getting to know you.
All right, good.
Because there might be people that are watching this that are intrigued by what you got going on here.
Yes.
But they don't know you, right? They just know.
No, they don't know
They
me.
just know your Twitter account. You're active on Twitter.
Very active on Twitter.
So, number one.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
These questions have nothing to do with wrestling.
I know.
Well, some do.
All right.
What's your favorite road trip snack? When Effie's on the road, what does Effie pull over at the gas station? The Sheetz, the Wawa, the Buc-ee's. What do you like to eat?
Honestly, spicy stuff. But if I really have a choice, I want those dried candy mangoes with the chili pepper all over them. And I definitely can't eat that right now.
Candy mango?
Yeah, have you had it before? It's addicting.
Yeah,
little salty, a little sweet, a little
You're pulling into
spicy.
a gas station. I'm talking. I want some beef jerky. Maybe
I like beef jerky. The prices have gone through the roof. It's
for
not worth it
everything.
anymore.
You know what's more expensive?
$15.
You know what's more? Two things that are more expensive in the food world than they ought to be than you think they should be. Beef jerky's wild, and nuts are wild. Nuts are
dude.
expensive as shit.
If you see a BOGO on nuts, even if you don't like them, you're like, I might in the next year. I better do
I gotta
this.
go ahead and get them.
Walnuts.
Nuts are expensive, and beef beef jerky's wild. There's no way a 10-ounce package of beef jerky should be $14.99. That's bullshit.
No, it's insane. I want to see. Let me see how much meat y'all really put in there. Show me.
I bought a dehydrator last Christmas to make my own jerky.
But your whole house is going to smell like jerky every time you make it. Do you want that? Are you okay with
that?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Do you want your house to smell like beef jerky?
The boy doesn't like meat at home, so you got to be careful when the whole house smells like meat.
Your boyfriend doesn't like meat?
Not a meat guy.
Well, then why are y'all together?
I mean, I'm trying over here,
So road trip snack.
Road trip
snack. That was
snack.
it. Okay. This one actually is wrestling.
Yeah.
What's your favorite, as a fan, not your particular work?
Okay.
What's your favorite wrestling match of all time?
Oh, man. On the spot like that. Okay, hold on.
We can circle back if you'd like.
No, we don't have to circle back. This is good. I'm going to say just spontaneously, I think it's Brock and Kurt Angle at Mania 19, where Brock almost broke his neck.
Seattle, where he almost landed. Yeah. Safeco.
I think I've rewatched that match more than anything.
If he had landed that, it would have gone down as one of the great matches of all time.
But honestly,
it still is, right?
I think we would have forgotten it more if it was perfect.
You think?
Every time I mention that match in your head, are you not seeing him just like buckled and with the neck? Like, how did he do that? He's still wrestling today. Like, there are guys
what's incredible, though? The fact that he botched it is what we remember. But he still fucking did it.
Yeah, the match is still incredible.
He's 6'5", 300 pounds, and he's still fucking... And he did it, like, all the way across the ring. He didn't, He didn't drag him to the corner.
No, this wasn't a little up and down. This was, I'm going to fling my body backwards.
Did you do that move?
I can, but I won't.
Yeah, it's probably smart.
It's a risk-reward thing now. And, like, I worked a lot of wrestling matches last year. And this year, I'm probably going to work a lot of wrestling matches. I can entertain a room. I take risks sometimes that are a little dangerous. Sometimes you bleed a little bit. There are certain things where you go, I got 4 matches next week. If I do this not perfectly at all, I may not make any of the matches. I still got to pay my rent. So there are certain ways you limit yourself a little bit, but it doesn't make the match any worse. It's just, I may not need to do that. Plus, the new guys coming in will do it 2 times in a row before they land.
Movies.
I'm a big movie guy.
What's your favorite rom-com?
Rom-coms?
Rom-com.
I mean, when you say movies, that's right, it's a rom-com, but, film is more my era.
Film?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean, film?
There's a difference, isn't there?
Well, there's film, pictures, and movies, but you're an asshole if you watch film or pictures.
Well, you have to watch film.
Why do you watch... No.
Because, listen...
Film is like... You're talking about like 1940 shit?
No, I'm talking about there's a difference between, a movie would be like, Better Luck Chuck would be like a rom-com movie. It's the kind of movie where my boyfriend would look at me 20 minutes before it ended and he goes, I know where this is going, can we go? And I don't want to go see that kind of movie. I want to be right there till the end.
Boyfriend
confused.
sounds like the worst person.
No, he's the best. He's the only one that keeps me in line. Okay. He is the only one I give
control to. You've done nothing but
to.
Complain about him over the last 3 topics. Okay.
It's not complaint. It's all love from me. It's
right.
just I'm giving you explanation.
All right.
He's the only one that has a leash on me a little bit. Everybody else doesn't have a leash.
You don't have to put that out.
People got a lot of leashes.
Oh. You ever been on a leash?
Oh, yeah. I lost a match one time where I had to come out on a leash for another man.
Really? How was that?
Pretty awesome.
You didn't have an answer to the rom-com? I'm a big, I thought You've Got Mail was really good.
Okay, so you're going
I like Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. That's a good one.
I think dark things are funny, though. So now I'm thinking of have you seen Melancholia with Kirsten Dunst?
Very much no.
Well, there's you might like it. She's naked for at least 15 minutes of the movie, but it's about
15 minutes of nakedness.
Yeah,
Is
laying
she still
there.
hot?
Oh yeah, super hot.
I
Dunst,
haven't
very
seen her
hot.
in a while.
The planets are going to collide and everyone's going to die, and that's the whole movie. And they're just melancholy about it. That's funny to me.
Isn't that almost the plot of this new one that's up in the Don't Look Up in the Sky or something?
Yeah. I can't listen to Leonardo DiCaprio anymore.
Why?
Because he's past that point.
When did we become? Remember back in the 50s and 60s, all of our future movies and shows were about they were about rockets and flying cars and hope and everything.
Oh yeah.
And now all our future shit's about how stupid we are and we're all gonna fucking die.
Yeah, and there's 2 guys jerking off around space because they want to show off for women, and it's the most bullshit of all time. Why aren't we taking the yacht? How hard can it be to take Bezos' yacht? I want the yacht. 2023, I'm taking your yacht.
You ever been on a yacht?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Well, it's pretty sick. You get seasick?
Huh?
You get seasick?
Nah.
I do a pre-throw up just to make sure I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Get
better
it out
out
there.
than in, yeah.
Do wrestlers smell good?
No, God, no.
That's my big hang-up with wrestling. I would have loved to get into it when I was a young, strapping, 6'5", 200-pound piece of fucking meat from Mississippi. Boy, I'd have been a fucking hoss. But at the end of the day, I don't want to smell somebody's armpits and buttholes.
No, and I think you have the choice, though, and I know how I smell, and so sometimes you go, I don't give a shit how I smell in this match, and sometimes you go, I don't think I should smell bad for this match. You have to make the choice. But then also, you're like meeting and greeting with fans, you're seeing people. You try to like spray something on, but like inherently, we are sweating all over each other, and then we are going to stand next to you. It's not the greatest smells.
How do you think they kept Rikishi's butt clean?
Oh, they had a whole team for that.
Did they?
Yeah. They had a rag
I
team.
didn't know
in the
that.
back. They had a rag team in the back.
Okay, so they were taking care of it.
Yeah.
I always worried about that.
It's some nights there was, and you can tell, but some nights they did not have the team work on it. But have you ever seen like an 18-wheeler goes into one of those wash places?
Yeah, and
everybody's got a
30
stick?
people. Yeah.
So
That's what they were doing to Rikishi's butthole.
Right at Gorilla. Just get it clean. He's not going to check it. Make sure it's dry. We're going out. He's stink facing somebody.
What's your favorite fast food burger?
Oh man. Honestly, it's a Big Mac. I like a Big Mac, but I need the side of 10 McNuggets. Hot mustard? Hot mustard?
No, sweet and sour, buddy.
Oh man.
So I don't know when we decided, as a society, that McNuggets went from a main course to a side dish.
Yeah.
But we've made it.
I love it.
We've done it. You know what I get from McDonald's?
What?
It's awful. It's terrible.
Oh no.
I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
I get a 10 McNugget combo meal,
Okay.
large size with a sweet tea,
Yep.
with a fillet of fish on the side.
Do you add cheese?
What's the fillet of fish?
Yeah.
Nah.
Come on.
I know
You're going that far?
I know.
Put the cheese on.
No, I respect myself too much, bro. No, I don't know. There's something about the McDonald's fillet of fish I just love.
I think that's beautiful.
It's a terrible sandwich.
It's been there for a lot of Americans on those sad Lent Fridays or whatever.
You're not a
they do.
Whataburger guy?
Oh, I love Whataburger.
Well, you said McDonald's Big Mac.
Yeah, but I can't get Whataburger right now. I have to think globally. You know, there's
Think
a lot
about
of
the
cool
South.
little places I get to go
But
to.
it's in
Cookout's
South.
fine. I like getting a little.
The problem with
burger.
Cookout is you go to Cookout and
Yeah.
you want to get a burger and fries. But then you look at the menu and you can get 28 menu items for $11. So you
That's
end up
true.
eating way too much.
And plus, I got the Hush Puppies. The thing with them is, I like them better than I won't eat a Chick-fil-A, just to be honest with you. But I like that
Something
Cookout.
happened?
Yeah, have you ever been so mad you were gay you made the best chicken sandwich of all time just to spite people? That's what happened with Chick-fil-A. It's a whole big story.
I'm
but
glad
at
you didn't
least
get here before lunch today.
with Cookout, they put it on the bottom of the cup so I don't have to hear about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
not as in my face.
Sure.
They don't have a whole thing at the front door. I don't have to hear the twinks who don't know yet saying my pleasure. They're better for me than the Chick-fil-A Cookout.
I'm picking something up during the interview.
Oh yeah.
And I stop me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Are you gay?
I'm pretty gay.
Are you a homosexual?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you know what Effie stands for?
I don't, and I'm about to find out. Okay, hold on.
Do you want to know
hold
for
on,
real?
Hold on. Oh boy, that for what I came up with in my head is very offensive.
Well, it's a few things, right?
Okay, all right.
So Ephraim in the Bible is a biblical name, and it means
That's not
bearing much fruit.
okay.
So Effie is a shorter, gayer version of me being very fruitful, if you will. Second, it's an anagram. And this is my favorite version. It's electric, because I am. Fantastic, because I am. And then it's also fuck you.
Oh,
That's the
electric,
last FY.
fantastic. Fuck you.
Yeah, so I hope you feel the fuck you from me as well. I'm gay. I love the fuck you. I have learned to channel my rage better into productivity. I have a clothing line now. I run events now. But
Can I have
that
some
deep
clothes?
rage is magic. Oh, yeah.
Do you have stuff to fit people with man tits?
I go up to 5, 6X.
I'm not that big.
I mean, I'm just saying we have options. I
You
don't want
think I can
anybody
do
to
anything
feel
about
left
this?
out.
You think I can do anything about that?
About that?
Yeah.
You gotta do push-ups, unfortunately. I did 2 the other day. I'm over it. I found out with weights, you have to keep lifting them. It's not like
It's bullshit.
It's crazy.
It's bullshit. My physician, my person that was helping me work out,
Yeah.
said do 50 push-ups a day. You know what I said? No.
No.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy. But also, I do like that in the wrestling business, there has been a little bit of a change to where just because you're like super jacked and roided or like have an 8-pack, it's not as much of a guarantee anymore. You got a lot of guys who are jacked up and roided and standing around and aren't very good or interesting, and they're going like, why did I even do this? I'm going, I don't know why you did this. They're not responding to you. And so it's good to see that like just following the path and following the stereotype of like this is what wrestlers do doesn't pay off as quick anymore, which has really worked out in my favor.
Favorite 90s song? Favorite song from the 90s?
Anything Hootie and the Blowfish. I got to drop one on you. I worked for them for a little while.
Hootie.
Yeah.
Darius Rucker and the Boys.
I was a Hootie intern for a full year.
Really?
Yeah.
You were the Blowfish.
I was running the merch store. I was running the Twitter for a while, doing the merch at the shows. hanging out.
Okay, all right.
I put up porch swings.
So, hold my hand.
Yep.
Let her cry. Only want to be with you. You got to fuck one, marry one, fuck one again.
Oh, man. I'm going to marry Only Want to Be With You.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
Mine too.
I'm going to kill Let Her Cry. Come on.
Let Her Cry is awesome.
Come on. What was your first one?
Hold my hand.
Yeah, I'm fucking Hold My Hand.
Hand.
Yeah, because you know what holding hands leads to.
Come on. What?
I thought you could finish it.
I didn't. I don't know either. My wife doesn't even hold my hand anymore.
Fucking, I guess, is the answer.
Gross.
Ugh.
Pussy's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Bussy is sometimes disgusting.
I didn't say bussy. I said pussy.
Oh, Bussy is sometimes, but it's sometimes magic. And I'll tell you this: when tag teams come against Bussy, they at least learn something about themselves. A couple getting through Bussy without learning something or feeling a little weird, it's not possible.
So did Bussy teach Matt and Chelsea anything?
Oh yeah, I made them quit the whole company, and then they got married right after because I think he was like, if I don't lock this in, she could go after the Bussy again.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
I'm facing difficult decisions about the Bussy right now myself.
It's hard. It's hard.
No,
well, it should be.
It's semi. That one popped you. Yeah. It took me a while.
I love it.
Finally got one in.
You got me.
Okay, so how are we on time? They're very stupid.
Around 28.
28 minutes?
Perfect.
What do we have? We booked you for 30.
Awesome.
Can we go 32?
Yeah.
How about 35?
Anything
47.
you want. What do you want? Where do I got to be?
I don't know. Where do you have to be?
Nowhere.
You leaving tonight?
No, I'm going to leave in the morning.
Probably best.
Yeah.
Nice city.
Great city. A lot of people.
A lot of people.
I could do like, if y'all could like limit it. Just like maybe a limit on the island.
Well, down the south, we've tried to limit people before. It didn't go well.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I think we just, anybody living in like Upper East Side area, we could
People
just.
came down and burned shit. It wasn't, anyway.
Hey, that's fun though, man. Let
Burning
it out.
shit?
Get it
Flaming?
out of your system. All of us are carbon. Everything returns to dust. Possessions mean nothing. Burn it down and make a point.
Possessions mean nothing?
Yeah.
Give me those shoes.
You want them?
No.
You like my socks?
I do like your socks. Those ladybugs?
Yeah, they got a hole in them now.
Is that red nail polish?
Coral. It's coral nail polish.
Well, coral's not red.
I know. That's why I was specific.
Yeah. You don't like Let Her Cry?
I mean, I don't not like it, but if you're making me make a choice, like, it sounds fun. And plus, like, Let Her Cry. Like, why is she crying? Because I killed her.
I don't think that's it.
I guess you can't cry when you're dead. You're right.
The Charlie Daniels band did a cover of Let Her Cry. You should check it out.
Charlie Daniels is a piece of shit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah. Alley Cat used
he
to
might
come
have
out
been a piece of
to Ted Nugent, and one time she did it, and I was in the
Stranglehold?
match. No, Cat Scratch Fever, as you will. And I just started screaming, fuck Ted Nugent, the whole time she was doing her entrance, and she never used the song again. Just middle of the ring screaming at everyone. It was a good time.
So are you not tolerant of other people's views?
No, not at all.
Me either.
No, I'm very particular about it. Someone the other day said, do you worry about gay bashing? I said, do you? I think I didn't know what gay bashing was. I thought it was when the gays bashed the shit out of you. I want to go back to the Pink Panthers time. Do you know about the Pink Panthers?
Oh, yeah, Inspector Clouseau.
No. The other guy, the big dudes who used to roam the street, and they'd be like, oh, is that some gay violence? We better go kill the homophobes. And they would just beat the fuck out of you if you mess with gay
Did that
people
really
and drag
exist?
queens. Oh, yeah, I'm bringing it back.
The Pink Panthers.
I had a terrorist threat on my big gay brunch in Tampa.
I was going to ask about Big Gay
You
Brunch.
should.
I forgot to write it down.
Listen, the first big gay brunch, I put out a promo that said, if you come to my show, if you say anything homophobic, if you try any bullshit, I will take you out on the streets and I will bleed you out, personally. I will bleed you out and kill you in the streets if you fuck with me at my show.
That seems extreme.
It is.
Okay.
As we highlight LGBTQ talent, as we create a safe space for people who are not usually welcome to wrestling, if you show up to my show, I'm going to beat your ass in the street till you're done. Well, someone was very offended by that and called in multiple domestic terrorism threats. So I'm about to fight AJ Gray at the show in Indiana, and I get a call from some detective in Tampa. And I'm like, oh shit. And he goes, we heard about your video where you say you were going to kill everybody in the streets. And I said, yeah? And he said, well, it's fine because you're completely in character. And so then I was like, great, legally, anything I say is in character now. He said, but these guys are calling for domestic threats. They're going to kill you. They said they're going to show up with guns.
Yeah.
We got to take it seriously. COVID ended up pushing that event back and moved it to another state. But I'm standing outside this show going, oh, fuck, what have I done? I've unlocked the whole box with my stupid thing. And I was like, I'm not taking it down. I'm going to make it a T-shirt. So I made the headline a T-shirt.
So did COVID save your life or their life?
Well, it could have saved
everybody's-
everyone's life.
everybody's.
I was going to have to
COVID's
wear like
the
a
best thing
Roman
that
Reigns
ever happened,
shield,
yeah.
you know?
Don't do that.
It would have been
That was so
terrible.
stupid when he did that.
But I can't like risk dying in the ring.
That's
I guess
true.
I can.
Well, no.
You got to save that for a pretty big audience.
Yeah, you do.
Like that's like the Mickey Rourke go out on top.
Speaking of pretty big audience,
Yeah.
2 years down the line, are we seeing you at GCW's great? Everything's great, fantastic.
yeah.
But are we seeing you on the national stage on a
Well, yeah, but I have to explain this to people, and this is where like they get a little confused. I'm doing what's called a reverse Dwayne. All right, you know about
Yes.
Dwayne. Dwayne's in a lot of films right now.
Yes.
Dwayne got really popular in wrestling because he wanted to go off to Hollywood to make the real money. He's the highest paid entertainer in the world right now.
Right.
Effie does a reverse Dwayne, which is I'm going to go do all that shit Dwayne's doing, and I got tricks up my sleeve left and right. We can't even discuss it. And then I'm going to bring everybody back to independent wrestling. Like the goal for me in 3 years' time is to be able to be like, hey, Matt Damon, what are you doing in 2 weeks? You want to go have a 5-star classic match in front of 20,000 people? Let me make the call. And I'm not under a company. I'm not under people. I have it set up, and people have the ability to find me because distribution has never been this easy. We used to need Vince. We used to need TV. We used to need them to show us.
Now you got the internet.
I got nobody in my way.
Can I just say one thing?
Please.
And it's not about you. It's about this world that we live in.
Yeah.
We haven't updated the phone.
Yeah.
We still use this for the phone, but phones aren't shaped like that anymore.
Not at all.
Phones are more, it should be like this.
But also, I don't
But
want to.
this doesn't work.
I don't want to ever use my phone for calls ever again. I've had my phone on Do Not Disturb for 3 years. I missed calls from people you can't even imagine where I just don't care.
2021.
Yep.
How many minutes did you spend talking on a phone?
Oh, man.
Over under an hour and a half.
I spent 110 hours on Twitch live talking to my audience.
Right.
I spent maybe an hour on
So
the
what
phone.
do you do on Twitch?
I watch wrestling most of the time.
Can you do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's so much independent wrestling out there. I don't
Trying to
watch-
build a brand here,
Listen,
guys. Maybe tell me about it.
hey, you can do it, but I don't watch any of the stuff from the TV companies. So I'm pulling stuff from all over the U.S., and there's a lot of smaller wrestling companies in the country.
Just watching on YouTube and shit.
Pulling them from YouTube,
Yeah.
watching along with it. I have a knowledge of the people that I'm watching. I have a knowledge of wrestling. I'm pretty funny. I'm pretty stoned when I'm on Twitch. So every Monday, as Vince goes live at 8, so does Effie, Monday Not Raw. We watch at least 3 hours of independent wrestling. And it's usually the day after the weekend. So I've got a lot to talk about that, like, I have lived in this world of wrestling this weekend too. Let's get it all out. So our audience is pretty awesome, and they're glad to have a little alternative.
So you're not a Raw guy? You don't like
Used
Raw?
to be. Have you sat through an episode recently?
Oh, I wasn't talking about wrestling.
Oh, we like it not raw because I don't like bringing home STDs. I am not only gay, but also do deathmatch sometimes, so I get a lot of testing done. We don't take risks around here.
Last time I brought home an STD, my wife was pissed.
I bet. Was it the bull gonorrhea with the rubber hammer? You got to pop the, well, it's a lot.
That was a lot. I think we're close to done.
Sick.
One more question.
Please.
Effie,
Yes.
and this was for Effie and Allie, but Allie's not here. God bless her.
God bless her.
God bless her. What a wonderful person she is. I've never met her. She might be
Oh,
awful.
yeah, she's great.
Is
She's
she?
a lot. Us together, it'd be too much for you, I think.
I can handle it. I'm
We're
a lot.
nonstop.
I got a lot of stop in me. You're right.
I think we'll bring her back in here and find out.
Let's bring her back in.
Let's see.
All right. 2022.
Yep.
What's the future hold for Effie? And Bussy, or just Effie. However you want to answer it. I don't give a shit.
I was talking to my shaman the other day, and he said that I got to buckle up. As the planet cycles re-enter, we're going to have a weird positioning of Venus that's going to be pretty structurally crazy. Past February, I'm in the clear. I've got to get through the next 2 weeks, and then I've got the world at the tip of my fingers. But this is all make-believe, right?
What did you just say?
My shaman, I do a podcast with him, too. It's called
Okay.
Weekend at Effie's. He doesn't watch wrestling. I explain my weekend to him in non-wrestling terms, because he would not understand anything I'm talking about.
So he's not inside the business like
He's
me?
not in the biz, but also, we talk about... I did also pledge myself to a demon in 2016. That's a whole nother episode.
Should I pledge
We'll check
yourself
in
or
on
pleasure
that.
yourself?
Pledge myself.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
So you got a lot going on.
A lot going on. Upgraded demons last year. Can't tell you why, but it was really insane.
Okay, so you still belong to the demon, or you've changed?
I'm a vessel, and I'm used when I need to be used.
All right. This is Effie. Sunday, January 23rd, GCW is in Hammerstein Ballroom. We will be there with a full report. Actually, I don't think y'all are going to let us backstage.
Are we not?
I don't think so. I think
You're telling me Jeff Jarrett can sneak backstage and come beat me up, but you can't get a pass to get back there?
I think they gave me like poor man tickets.
GCW backstage has a pretty cracked door policy, so I don't
Well,
know. Maybe we'll
get
find
me
the
in
door.
there. Yeah. Okay. So that's Effie, and this has been wrestling.